Hi guys, I hope that your lives have been good and groovy since the last time that you saw me. Okay, so this is the follow-up to the relaunch of this channel, that first video I made when I was sitting out in the green pasture somewhere. I'm in my car because I don't have my own place right now. I don't have anywhere sufficient to make a video, and I'm staying with family. And when you live with family, it's not a large space. I don't really have, I mean, I could, but it's just easier for me to make a video here in my own space. And right now my car is my only own space. And I'm going to talk about that in another video. But today I wanted to talk about a follow-up into where I'm at in my life. So I'm in transition. I told you guys that I got fired. I'll continue to reference that because right now that's been a pretty pivotal moment in my life. There are quite a few pivotal moments for different reasons. I have pivotal spiritual moments, pivotal just life moments. But when I got fired that day, I decided that I was going to make some changes. That I do not want to continue to repeat myself, which meant that these next moments are going to be not easy. And they have not been. I've really had to get my hustle on, and I've had to this summer I have been hustling, and it's been good because I've been growing and learning and accepting myself. And my hair was a part of that. I am a person who, I feel like you have to be responsible for the things that you learn, and you owe it to yourself to be who you want to be on this planet. And each step that I make brings me closer to that. It's like an onion, you keep peeling off the layers, and then once something is revealed to yourself, you have the opportunity to either own up to it and live it, or deny it and then stay there. So I am all about moving forward. And I got into a place in my transition where, okay, I know who I am as a woman, and I know I want FFS, and I still do. There is some things that I want, but I'm like, I don't want to. The big thing for me is I don't want to live my life on hold anymore. I've done that a lot in my life, and I don't have a lot of time left, is how I feel. I have to be careful with that idea, because that can bring anxiety, feeling like just because I'm in my 40s now that I don't have a lot of time left, because it puts the focus in the wrong place. But, I don't want to wait until someday when I have FFS to feel like I passed enough or better to wear my hair the way I want to. That's kind of silly, I feel, for me. So this is what I wanted to do, so I did it. I cut all my goddamn hair off. I cut it off. I got the scissors, honey, and I was over one of my friend's house, and I was like, girl, because I had a little bob. I had a little bob. She was cute, and it was about that time for another relaxer, and I couldn't do it. One, I didn't grow up getting my hair permed. I did have my first relaxer though when I was 9, texturizer. My dad, because my hair was just so nappy, and I used to complain about getting my hair combed, and so my dad gave me a texturizer, and ooh, that made me chemical happy, honey. I started dyeing my hair all the time, and I used to keep my hair texturized until I got, I think I stopped texturizing my hair in my 20s, right before I started to model. I was like, oh, I need to accept myself for who I am, accept, the way my hair grows out of my hair naturally. But a men's texturizer is different from having a perm and wearing your hair straight. So anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. Typical Angela fashion. I was ready to cut my damn hair off. When I started transition, I had locks, I had dreadlocks, and I wore my hair natural, and I had always wanted a relaxer because my sister and my cousin and all my female cousins, they all have relaxers, and, long straight hair is a huge beauty standard in this country, and I wanted that. I wanted to, I had this vision of myself, and so I did that. I lived that, and now, I've experienced it. I wanted something else, and, I wanted to be able to relieve myself from the pressure of feeling I need to live up to the beauty standards. I told you guys that, so I cut my hair off. But really what this video is about is, since cutting my hair off, what my experience has been like, and what the fears that I had how have I dealt with those? So one of the fears that I had was that this was going to hinder my passing. Like everybody's going to know that I'm the tranny, right? Well, that has not been the case. I still get treated the same. If people are spooking me, I don't know about it. You know, I'm tall. I'm 6'1". I'm a tall woman. People tell me that I'm pretty attractive. So I get a lot of attention. I always have my entire life, and I'm probably gonna always get a lot of attention, which is another reason why I decided I just need to, you know, be myself regardless. It's funny, the guy that I'm seeing this guy. We were talking about it. I had a breakdown moment with him. So let me go ahead and tell you guys about this breakdown moment because it's kind of funny. So I met this guy. He's a personal trainer. We hit it off. We met on social media through my Tinder, and now I know Tinder's a hookup site, but I use Tinder to meet guys because it's easy, and I let them know up front I'm not, you know, we're not about to have sex. I'm not fucking you. So, you know, and some guys are not down, and some guys do want to meet. So I met him. We get to talking. We talk a little bit. You know, he's like, well, I was like, oh, you know, I'm thinking about working out. Maybe I should come to the gym. He's like, well, your first session is on me. So I go to his gym, and I'm thinking, what the hell? Like, this is before I cut my hair. He's gonna see me with no makeup on, with my hair pulled back, and workout clothes. Like, I've dated men for, like, I was gonna say years, but that's not true, for a long time, and them not see me that way. So he's gonna see me like that on the first date. And I was pretty excited because this guy is tall. He's taller than me, and all the things that I like. He's a personal trainer, so he's buff. He's got an amazing body. He's my age. So, you know, all positive things. And so we meet and we hit it off, and, you know, he likes what he sees, you know, sends makeup and everything. And so we've been dating, you know, and I know when I like somebody, and I like them pretty quickly. And so he likes me a lot. So I found myself in his office. He has his own business, and I'm in his arms, and he's holding me, and I'm like, listen, there's something I need to share with you. So I tell him, and I've learned to really phrase the way I share my tea with a man in the most positive way as possible, because it shapes the way he sees you. And so I made it a positive thing that I wanted to share with him, and I smiled when I said it, and we had a quick little conversation about it, and he seemed to be really cool with it, and which was pretty amazing. And I was like, oh wow, this is great. He didn't reject me. He, you know, we still see each other. I've met one of his children, and so when I cut my hair, I was really worried about how that was going to affect him, because one, he knows I'm trans, I'm tall, and now I have no hair. So he was really shocked. I just showed up with no hair, and he's like, wow. But he still likes me. He thinks I'm pretty, and that's it. And sexy, and he likes my body a lot. So, you know, I was working out, and he was training me, and it was hard, and he was working me out really, really, really hard. And my body, I have an athletic body, and so I build muscle really easily. And so my arms have gotten cut, and they've gotten a little thicker. And so we were working out, and he was pushing me, and it was hard, and he's like asking me, you know, what are you doing? You know, you need to go and get serious and all this stuff. And my mind being really mean, and like, I just broke down. I literally started crying during our session, and I started bawling, actually. And I wasn't embarrassed, because I really have challenged myself lately. I really want to be vulnerable in my life. One of the big things that I have, and I think it's because I'm a trans woman, because I didn't have this when I was just a gay man dating men, is that it's been hard for me to be vulnerable because I'm so afraid of rejection. But I've been challenging myself to let that go. And so, you know, I was with him, and, you know, he's working me out, and it was too much, and I just felt really overwhelmed. And, you know, I start crying, and he's like, oh, what's going on? And I'm just like, you know, this is really hard, and you're pushing me, and you're so mean. And he's like, I'm just motivating you. And that led into another conversation about how I feel about working out and me passing, and, you know, having this short hair, and having muscles, and people seeing me as a man. And he was so cute with it. He told me, he was like, does anybody come up to you and say anything? And I'm like, no. He's like, has anybody called you a man? I'm like, no. He's like, it's because you're not a man. you're a beautiful woman who has a really nice body, and that's it. And you need to let it go. And in that moment, I recognized that I've got to stop holding myself back and worrying about what other people think, because it's none of my business and I can't control what people think. And I'm blessed to be in a position where people just don't see me that way. Maybe because of my height, I find I'm always trying to make excuses for the reasons that I pass. Because in my mind, when I look into the mirror, I still see this dude. And I can't help it. I try, but I can't help it. And cutting my hair off has made me realize that I am my own worst enemy. And I have been holding myself back out of fear of rejection. And allowing myself to be vulnerable has been one of the best gifts that I've given myself lately. And that's what I've learned since cutting my hair, that I deserve to be the person that I want to be 100%. I don't have to do things to pass just to try to pass. I deserve the space to be who I want to be, regardless if I pass or not. And that's part of the gift that I've given to myself. And I'm really glad that I cut my hair. No, it's not the most feminine. I don't feel like I look the most feminine these days. And that is a concern, but I'm me and I'm expressing myself as I have the right to do. And I'm so glad that I did. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. This has been such an affirming experience. And ironically, despite all my fears, I've been getting a lot of male attention lately, which is so funny. Like, I've not even been in environments to get numbers from men, but like, men have just been finding me really sexy. And here I was really concerned that men were just going to look at me and see some big old man because I cut all my hair off. And that has just not been the case. And so it's just funny. Like, I have a lot of anxiety, and I'm going to talk about that in a future video, how the anxiety that I have, and which I think a lot of us have as Black people in this day and age right now, and also as trans people. But I'll talk about that and how I deal with it, but I'm going to leave it here. I just wanted to share with you guys what I've learned and how I'm embracing myself. And this is all fallout of not just getting fired, but having had SRS, having a boob job, and really giving myself what I want in this life. I'm finally on the other side of where I've always wanted to be with my transition, and I feel so comfortable, and I'm not even like that. I feel ready. I'm living the way that I want to, and it's so gratifying. I'll leave it here. Thank you, as always. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for subscribing. Subscribe to my channel. Bye. Mwah.